like this, of course, as I said, security is the main concern, not just for the officers, but for the public. And so it is incredibly imperative in a situation like this. Historically, we have seen when officers are going to a hospital, there's already a police presence there. So we cannot confirm at this point. But I know our Jessie Pierre is actually, she might be there already. Jessie, if you can hear me, tell me what you know so far. Now, you just arrived on scene minutes ago. What are you seeing, and what is the preliminary information you're getting?
So I'm here outside of the Atrium Health Hospital. And like you mentioned, Julie, a lot of times this is a hospital, especially when we're looking at critical injuries involving officers that they do end up being sent to. As of right now, I haven't seen heavy police activity here, but we do know that that Mint Hill police have confirmed that two officers were shot and are in critical condition. We do know that this is an incident that started early this morning, just before 11 a.m. at an edible arrangement on Matthews Mint Hill Road. I think what we got was before 11 o'clock, and it involved some kind of child custody exchange. We know that during the interaction, according to a press release sent by police, that when officers got there, there was a man who produced a firearm, a weapon. There was some level of exchange, and two officers were hit. Two officers were shot. And so again, we're here outside of the Atrium Health Hospital, just looking to see if there is a police presence or any type of officers brought here, and just kind of keeping our eye open. Of course, anytime you have officers who are hit, doing their job on duty, it's a devastating time for folks. And so, we're just kind of keeping our eye on this right now. We do also have a crew at the scene over there where the shooting happened. Again, this was at an edible arrangement where there was supposed to be some child custody an issue that occurred there. So, Julie, that is kind of what we know for now. Obviously, something escalated where violence was involved here. We know there's a lot of police activity on that Matthews Mint Hill Road where Kevin, and we also have a Siobhan who will be heading there as well. So it should be, unfortunately, a long day with all of this. Julie?
Yeah, and Jessie, I know that this is really, really preliminary information. We are following lots of leads right now, and so we appreciate you hopping on pretty much the second you get there. I know that you've covered a lot, unfortunately, of instances like this, and right now it's kind of more what we don't know. So I guess I'm curious, in your reporting today, what's your next step? What are you hoping to find out in the next couple hours?
Like you mentioned, there's probably so much information that, there's so many questions, right? We have a child custody case and, we want to know what happened. And in cases like this, you just kind of have to wait really for police to kind of release the details. They did confirm again that two officers were hurt, were shot. And, we are still kind of working to figure out what hospital they were taken to and, the extent of their injuries as far as how many, if they've been shot more than once or how many, really the extent of their injuries. And so right now it's just a lot of prayer to the officers who were involved. Right now, their identities have not been released. Just a lot of prayer and different feelings of hope and so forth for the officers that were involved in the shooting. But again, you're dealing with a child custody issue that really escalated to where we have two officers shot.
Yeah, a really, really scary situation. I know those officers, the rest of the officers with Mint Hill Police are not just worried, but at the same time trying to investigate. And so that makes for a difficult situation. Jessie, we'll let you go so you can go hopefully get some more information for us. We really appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you. Absolutely.